Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're digging into some truly profound ancient spiritual texts. We're going to break down exactly how these incredible teachings work, step by step. The source material we're analyzing today focuses on something absolutely crucial. It's called Buddha Vajana, or the words of the Buddha. We're going to explore exactly why the original text placed so much weight on these specific words, and the literal power they hold over anyone who hears them. This isn't just about reading an old textbook. No way. We're going to decode the mechanics of how these teachings actually operate, making the whole process super clear and easy to grasp.
Right off the bat, the source material hooks us with this absolutely brilliant sensory metaphor. Just picture this for a second. The text compares a person taking in these teachings to someone tasting a ball of honey. The ancient term used here is marupindika, and the moment they taste it, the feeling is instant. They immediately recognize that this flavor is vastly superior to literally all other flavors. It's this deep, unmatched sweetness. This is such a powerful analogy, right? Because it takes a highly abstract spiritual concept and turns it into a physical, sensory experience that every single one of us completely understands. It's that ultimate perfect taste that just tops everything else.
So, the crucial point is, we really need to nail down exactly what this sweet ball of honey actually is. When we unpack the original texts, we find that Buddha Vajana, or Tathagata Bhasita, is defined as the exact Dharma Vinaya, the genuine teachings and discipline that were originally spoken by the Buddha himself. We're not talking about words that have been tweaked, altered, or reinterpreted over the centuries. Nope, we're talking about the original, unedited words straight from the mouth of the Tathagata. That right there is the absolute core of the spiritual sweetness we're talking about today. And now that we're clear on what Buddha Vajana is, let's look at exactly how it impacts the listener.
The text makes a profoundly bold claim here. It states that the stream of Dharma inevitably touches the individual. Inevitably. That word touches means making direct, unavoidable contact. The source explains that this specific mechanism is actually way beyond our ordinary everyday understanding. In fact, it's something that only the Tathagata fully comprehends. Basically, once this stream of Dharma is released, it has its own independent momentum. It will inevitably rush forward and make direct contact with the person hearing it, almost like an ocean wave naturally crashing against the shore.
Okay, let's map out the actual journey of these teachings. Think of it kind of like a hero's journey, but for listening. Step 1, the Dharma is shared. And the text is super clear about this. The main duty of someone sharing the teachings is literally just to deliver them. That leads to step 2, making sure the words reach the listener's ear, or sota. Once the words enter the ear, they travel to step 3, where they make contact with the person's spiritual faculties, known as indriya. And that brings us to step 4, producing an absolutely inevitable result. That's the entire job of the messenger. Just get the words to the ear. After that, the Dharma takes over and does the rest.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because it raises a really interesting question. If everyone hears the exact same words, why is the result different for everybody? Well, the source breaks this down perfectly. The outcome for each person varies entirely based on their unique individual causes and conditions. It all comes down to the strength of their personal spiritual faculties, their indriya. And this strength doesn't just pop out of nowhere. It's rooted directly in what each person has cultivated and built up in their own past. It's kind of like planting seeds in different types of soil. Even if you water them with the exact same pure water, how those plants grow is going to depend completely on the specific soil they're planted in.
And this brilliantly illustrates something quite amazing. Even though the exact results differ based on the individual, the source guarantees that something will absolutely happen. The absolute bare minimum guarantee of just hearing these words is an instant, massive elevation in spiritual status. Consider this stark contrast. On one side, you have the Asutava Putujana, which translates to the uninstructed worldling, basically an ordinary person who's never heard these teachings. But simply by hearing them, they are instantly elevated across the board to become a Suptava Arya Savako, an instructed noble disciple. That is a gigantic, guaranteed shift. Just by letting that stream of Dharma pass through your ear, your spiritual standing is completely transformed overnight. Now, what's really staggering here is just how mathematically rare this opportunity is. The Buddha used a mind-blowing comparison to put this into perspective. He compared the sheer number of people who actually get to hear these teachings and experience the spiritual elevation to the tiny speck of dirt stuck under a fingernail. Yes, you heard that right. Just a tiny speck of dirt on a fingernail. Meanwhile, the massive amount of people who never get this opportunity, he compared them to the entire dirt of the whole earth. It's almost hard to wrap your head around.
It highlights the extreme, almost unbelievable rarity and immense good fortune of being in that tiny, tiny group of people who actually get to hear these words.
So as we bring all these concepts together, from the unparalleled sweetness of the teachings and how they inevitably make contact, to that guaranteed spiritual elevation and the staggering fingernail dirt rarity of it all, the source text leaves us with a truly beautiful ultimate hope. The final overarching intention is that everyone who is exposed to this information is able to reap the immense benefits of entering the Dharma Vinaya of the Buddha. It's a very neutral, impartial conclusion, but you can feel the deep, genuine wish behind it. The hope is simply that anyone who encounters this discipline extracts the absolute highest possible value from it. Which brings us to a final, pretty provocative thought to leave you with. Based on everything we've analyzed in this explainer today, if you are listening to this right now, then according to the text, you are already part of that exceptionally rare group. You are officially the dirt on the fingernail. So the real question isn't whether the teachings are good or not. The question is, now that you've stumbled into one of the rarest spiritual opportunities on the entire planet, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to just let that stream of Dharma pass right through your ears, or are you going to truly taste that ball of honey and let it change you from the inside out? Hopefully, today's deep dive has sparked your curiosity and inspired you to keep exploring. Thanks so much for joining us on this explainer.